Hello there friends, CS2 Live here. In today's video, Kyousuke is about to break into the tier 1 scene. Hunter is worried that M0NESY might leave, another cheater has made it to the top of the leaderboard, and the first blast matches, with a lot of drama, plus a bunch of other exciting news from the world of CS2, so without further ado, let's get straight to it. And let's kick off today's video with a classic Counter-Strike topic, cheaters. Everyone knows that Valve's anti-cheat isn't exactly the most reliable thing out there, and to prove it, a player named M0NESY's best cheat has climbed to the top of the ladder. There are actual screenshots confirming that he's using cheats, yet he's still sitting at the top with a 5 KD ratio. Honestly, it's crazy how this guy hasn't been banned yet, despite having some media attention. Even more bizarre is that VACnet, which has been getting updates lately, isn't doing anything about it, almost like Valve is intentionally ignoring him. Although, knowing Valve, I wouldn't exclude that. But the worst part, this cheat has been well known for a long time and nobody seems to be in a hurry to deal with it. Meanwhile, its creators are taking full advantage, spreading more and more content about it. But at least VAC works on some players. So recently, a Chinese cheater with an insanely expensive inventory got banned. Based on the estimates, his inventory was worth over $100,000, and now those skins are just sitting there. He can't sell them, he can't trade them, or withdraw. But the funniest part is that this exact same thing happened about a month ago to the exact same guy. He was caught cheating on another account, got banned, and made a huge scene, begging for a refund or an unban, but obviously got none. Well, serves him right. Caught by the hand twice for the same thing, bro. He's just so silly or naive.
别给我开这种玩笑呀，威社，我错了，我不当导狗了，我把我钱还我吧。
Although it makes me wonder where he keeps getting all the money for skins. By the way, speaking of skins, Loba decided to explain why CS is still popular. The game's biggest hater, Loba, says that gambling and match fixing are the only things that are keeping the game's media scene alive. He also claims that CS Classic Offensive, a fan-made mod that Valve shut down, actually is better than CS2. Obviously, that's the exact thing that Loba would say. At this point, it just feels like he's running out of ways to stay relevant without hating the game. But well, unlike Loba, we love CS. That's why we bring you the biggest, the best and the most exciting news, both here and on Twitter. So make sure to follow us right now by the button right here or the link in the description. Thanks guys. Now let's switch to important esports news. You see, HLTV decided to build a dream team from the EPL, which we discussed in previous videos. And according to them, the squad consists of every Vitality player except FlameZ, plus Donk. Seeing this, the Israeli rifler seemed pretty disappointed and tweeted that he's now a lone wolf. But honestly, it's not too surprising why he didn't make the cut. First, Donk is obviously better and has better stats. Second, their roles are quite different. Donk is a pure entry fragger, while FlameZ is more of a rotational player on CT and a semi-lurker on T side. So in this case, stats and roles make the difference. But guys, what do you think? Does FlameZ deserve a spot in the dream team? Throw your dream teams in the comments below. Speaking of ESL, we have to talk about one of the most prestigious and expensive trophies a team can win, the Intel Grand Slam. Well, not anymore, because the award has been officially renamed to ESL Grand Slam. Nothing changes in terms of prize money or the trophy's design or how to win it, but the name swap likely has something to do with Intel's financial struggles, which we discussed a couple of episodes ago. But what's more interesting is that nobody has officially addressed this. Like, people either forgot or just completely don't care. Maybe they are hiding something from us. Anyways, let's get back to player news. So recently, Stair extended his contract with Astralis, meaning he's likely to stay with the main lineup for now, at least until 2027. But not everyone's future is clear. Some players are nearing the end of their contracts, and it's still unknown whether they'll renew or move on. And one of the biggest question marks is M0NESY. Right now he's practically carrying G2 solo. And let's not forget, he was rumored to join Falcons alongside NiKo, and he really wanted to do it. And this situation has Hunter seriously worried. He doesn't want to lose a talented teammate and hopes to finish his career playing alongside him. That's basically what he said. And their bond goes beyond the game. It's about years of friendship, respect, and shared competition. What M0NESY decides when his contract ends is still up in the air, but one thing's for sure, G2 has some serious problems right now. After losing NiKo for free, they might as well lose M0NESY. To Faze Clan, to Team Spirit, VirtusPro, you name it. Obviously, name it in the comments below. Hunter also shared which team gives G2 the hardest time, and surprisingly it's not Team Spirit or Na'Vi, it's Falcons, and the reason for it is chemistry, insane chemistry, between Hunter and NiKo, not between Falcons themselves. NiKo spent a long time in G2, and as all of you might know, he and Hunter are basically family. That bond makes G2 versus Falcons matchups especially tough, not just for G2, but for both teams. Speaking of struggling teams, we have to mention Liquid, though calling them a struggling team might not be that fair. According to Twistzz, things are actually going according to plan, and Liquid is steadily leveling up. If you look at their tournament results, you'll notice that they're getting closer and closer to the top every time. At first, they struggled to integrate nerds, but now they seem to have fixed this issue. Now they're focused on improving their map pool and team communication to build strong synergy and push even further. With that said, I remind you that Liquid will participate in open qualifiers through Asian region. You know, to improve the map pool and team communication. No offense. Maybe Team Liquid needs a roster upgrade, some fresh talent or a key replacement. Or maybe they're not the only one who needs it. After the major, expect massive hype around one rising star, Kyousuke. According to Overdrive, he could be joining a tier 1 team as early as this summer. The big question is where he will go. Unlike Donk, Kyousuke is a lurker, so which team actually needs one? Faze could be an option. Right now they've got Rain playing that role, but he's still struggling to fully adapt. Or maybe Falcons will rethink their strategy and pick a younger talent, though their roster seems to be fit for now. Or maybe VirtusPro, or maybe someone else. There's another possibility though, one team might force Kyousuke to play a different role, but that could bring even more issues. For now, all we can do is speculate and wait until the reshuffle season. Now, finally my friends, let's take a break from the news and talk about the first matches of Blast Open Lisbon. The tournament kicked off with Spirit versus HUNS, and let's be real, there was a massive skill gap between these teams. To put it into perspective, HUNS only played against teams ranked below number 90 on the world ranking, so facing Spirit was an insane challenge. Still, I have to be honest, they put up a fight on Anubis. Starting on T side, they looked solid and even led at halftime. But once side switched, Dunk came back and things fell apart. Spirit's attack was flawless. They secured map 1 without much trouble. Then came Dust 2 and it was a complete stomp. Spirit dominated so hard that they even trolled a round with 3 ops on T side.
Magic's not catch a whiff of that one. Cobra walking in. Zontic's responsible for that fast flank, and yeah, they're just gonna run him down. Spirit! Oh dear! Oh, that's a painful way for it to go down. It's rough, it's tough, it is impossible.
After the side switch, it looked like the Dragons were about to close it out easily, but 9 had other plans. Just look at this insane moment.
Extra, padding up those stats further, 23 and counting before the 9D connects! Oh, it connects thrice! What?
Wow, I mean, it was absolutely unreal. A 1v4 clutch on a force buy with Deagle headshots left and right. The highlight of the year nominee, at least. But anyways, unfortunately for the HUNS, even that wasn't enough to turn the tide. Spirit quickly regained control and closed out map 2, securing the series. Anyways, the HUNS, second best team in Mongolia, did pretty well. Next up we had Mouz versus Falcons, another seemingly one-sided matchup. But with Train at the first map, Falcons had at least a chance to play their game. The first half was pretty standard, nothing too crazy except for NiKo changing his view model, which got a reaction from his former teammate. The second half though started with a bang. The Danish cowboy pulled out the dualies on B and got 4 frags, pushing Falcons into the lead. But Mouz weren't about to give up. Playing on the stronger T side, they quickly closed the gap. Then Train itself decided to troll Falcons. In a 1v2 clutch, Torji had a clean shot on Kixon, but the Train model basically blocked the bullet. I mean, Loba was happy here, I guess. Anyways, it didn't matter much, because Mouz still secured map 1. Then came Ancient, Mouz's pick, and it was a disaster for Falcons. Mouz were winning every single round. They had 9-3. Falcons desperately needed to come back, and they actually won 5 rounds in a row and nearly evened the series. But then NiKo made a crucial mistake. In a 3v3, he walked sideways into a smoke, completely unaware of an enemy waiting on the other side, and paid for it with his life, the round, and the game. Mouz took Ancient and the series, while Falcons are 1 loss away from the elimination. Next up was Astralis versus Vitality, and honestly, it looked like Vitality just hopped into a DM session for fun. Neither on map 1 especially, or on map 2, Astralis showed anything impressive. The biggest disappointment was Cadian. 7 frags across 2 maps. That's tier 1 level, you say, right? He got his op 5 times and didn't land a single frag. Brutal. The rest of Astralis didn't look much better except for, I don't know, Stare, who, fresh off his contract, clutched a 1v2 on a second map. But, well, Vitality had an answer even better. Zaivu pulled off a clean ace. Here's a fun fact: despite the star power of Vitality and the complete demolition of Astralis, their top fragger wasn't Zaivu or even Robs. It was M0NESY, someone many underestimate, but at the end of the series he had 2-0 KD with 34-17 stat line. Even his haters have to respect that. Oh, and with this win, Vitality extended their streak to 12 consecutive victories. The last time they lost was back in January, against Eternal Fire. The final matchup of the day was VirtusPro versus Faze clan, and theoretically this should have been the closest game. On paper, Faze clan's roster looks stronger, their structure looks better, and Zach seems to be doing everything right as a coach. But they still looked kinda shaky, while VirtusPro, having some decent names in the lineup, weren't doing that well in previous tournaments. But they had a full month to do something. So let's see, because this match shocked many. It all started on Anubis. VP were on CT side, but Faze were winning everything. First, Elige pulled off a 1v3 clutch. Then Broken Frozen won a 2v5. Their T side was flawless, exactly what you expect from Faze. It looked like they just needed to finish the job and move on to the next map, but somehow they led VP to make a comeback, bringing the game to 12-12. Fortunately, Faze pulled themselves together and won in overtimes. We all remember how Kerrigan joked at Katowice that they get paid for the number of rounds played.
Fine, we get paid by the round, boys. It's all good. Extra bonus this month.
But maybe they shouldn't abuse that too much. Otherwise, they might get eliminated too early. Next up was Ancient, picked by VirtusPro, and here they looked much more comfortable. The first half was close, but in the second, VP started winning key rounds. Flamus even pulled off an ace, though they nearly lost that same round to Pistols, but we will ignore that part. Kerrigan wasn't ready to give up, he led by example. He got 2 with an entry and he brought the score to 10-11. And of course, this map as well went to overtimes. Elish almost clutched a 1v2 after sneaking behind the opponents. But VP had other plans, they managed to close out the second map. Everything came down to the decider, and considering how the series had gone so far, another close game seemed likely. But what happened next, my guys, was literally undescribable, indescribable, whatever. From the very first round, VirtusPro were just deleting Faze clan. At 6-0, Fleet won a 1v3 clutch. At 9-0, Electronic won a 1v3 clutch.
Nades out, oh, and they come back! Clean triple kill from Rain, somebody had to be the hero. Frozen still aware of it, Kerrigan back turned, Molotov for the bomb, but Frozen smokes it, that's all good. Puts it down, he's gonna try to push him, kills him out. He doesn't have a kit, he can't find the bomb, and a 1v3 comes through.
Oh no.
By the halftime, the score was 12-0, 12-0, 12-0. And then VirtusPro win the pistol round, and it's 13-0, 13-0, a clean sweep.
Turned to him, 3, sitting, ducks! He taps down long, and if not for a 2v4, FaZe Clan with egg on their face, his bomb is dropped on long, lost a map of Counter-Strike without a single round, not since Astralis of 2019.
A flawless victory for VirtusPro and insane emotions from the players. If anyone told me about that, I wouldn't believe it. Whew. I mean, well, let's think logically now. There could be 2 main reasons for FaZe's struggles. First, fatigue. The players are not young anymore, and constantly playing overtimes, it takes a toll. Second, Rob's departure. Since he left, FaZe's results have dropped significantly. Mostly because they had to swap a lot of roles. I mean, before they averaged a 3rd place finish at tournaments, but this year, across 3 events, their average placement is 6th. It seems like they are struggling to adapt. Guys, do you have any solution for FaZe Clan? What should they do? Maybe Brokey's the problem, or Kerrigan. Maybe Rain is too old, or maybe it's just that their era is officially over. Drop your thoughts, suggestions, theories and solutions in the comments below. And that's all for today, my friends. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button to follow our channel and leave a comment below because it helps us to develop a lot. And also make sure to hit the notification bell. I'm not saying goodbye for a long time, my friends. See you soon.